Thank you for staying with us. It's time now to take a look at stories making headlines on the front page of Nigeria newspapers. And I begin with the First News newspaper. The major story here says, "They want to force me on exile," Obi cries out. And the writers here say, "They want to force me on exile." Obi cries out, says, leaked audio conversation with Oyedepo. Fake. They want to divert our attention from our blatantly stolen mandate. You find all the details on the front page of the First News newspaper. We move now to the Leadership newspaper. Post-election crisis, conflicting Edo FCT court orders unsettle Labour Party. Fate of National Chairman Aburi hangs in the balance. Court injunction cripples party activities. Ebonyi Labour Party governorship candidate accuses Aburi of forgery. All the details on the front page of the Leadership newspaper. And to the Daily Trust. Scheming as 16 aspirants push for zoning open contest. Southern lawmakers want Senate presidencies zoned to region. All the details on the front page of the Daily Trust, Mike.
All right, I have the Blueprint newspaper here, and it says, "Show mercy on the Ekweremadus. Obasanjo begs UK court." That's on the organ harvesting issue that is going on. It says, "I cherish lawmakers' God-fearing approach to national issues. Urges magnanimity of UK government bilateral relation." Right? That's what you see on the front page of the Blueprint newspaper. Nigerian News Direct is next. Nigerian News Direct says, Buhari approves 320 billion naira intervention funds for public tertiary institutions. And each university to get 1.15 billion naira, polytechnics 699.3 million naira, colleges of education 800.9 million naira. Right? Some highest sum is highest since inception. Tet Fund, the executive secretary, is saying this. All right, let's go to the last one now. We see this Nigeria Auditor General of the Federation report says the Senate indicts NNPC over unaccounted 102 billion naira crude oil supply to refineries. Uphold indictment of 37 MDAs. Right? That's what you see on the front page of this Nigeria. All right, Veronica, that's it.
All right, Mike, let's look at the story that I believe will be of interest to a majority of Nigerians, talking about the president's approval of 320 billion naira as intervention fund for public tertiary institutions. And it is said to be the highest in the histories thus far. Each university to get 1.15 billion naira, polytechnics to get 699.3 million, college of education to get 800.9 million, some highest since inception. Tet Fund executive secretary saying, and this is to transform the situation of our institutions. We see how students, the condition that students go through being in schools, classrooms. You see the state of some of the lecture halls is not what it's supposed to be. And we hope that this will be judiciously used by each institution that will be getting this money.
Yeah, it's a good thing for monies to be allocated to, education institutions. However, if you ask me, that money
is too small.
Is really small.
Right.
But it is something.
Something.
Yeah, fine. We have to establish that. The government has, we have always been saying there is a benchmark requesting that about 15% of the budget should go to education. Now, if we have that situation, we won't even be talking about intervention funds. We won't even be talking about a situation where government has to wade in to intervene in any circumstance. Let there be consistent allocation to education so that all of these things can go on. Now, when this money is given now, and then it starts some projects, and then they're not completed, what if there is no completion or the second tranche that should complete some of the projects as the case may be? So these are the issues. Now, if you also look at polytechnics are technical in nature from their makeup and what they're supposed to do. Now, The monies that are supposed to be shared to polytechnics, if you calculate that based on the equipment they're supposed, then it tells you that money it doesn't go anywhere.
It is.
Exactly. It doesn't go anywhere. But we commend the government to have released this money, and we hope that it goes in a little way, just a step further.
A drop of water in the ocean.
Yeah, but we hope that it goes a long way.
Achieve something. What we hope to see is transparency in the usage of this monies, such that nothing is held back, because at the end of the day, it's to the benefit of both the students and the lecturers.
Yes.
You have a conducive environment to work, and the students have a conducive environment to study at the end of the day.
The point there is, of course, if the government is the one who should lay that template of transparency and accountability and all of that. You're giving this money in good faith. There should be a template by which it should be executed, where everybody is seeing how the money is moving from one project to another project, from one level to another level, so that the purpose for which the money is disbursed in the first place will be met. So Nigerians wait for that. Of course, it's a good development, but however, one would say it's coming too little, too late. But it's okay. It's something. But there has to be consistency. There has to be systematic approach to the issue of education. This intervention situation is not the best for education. Education is major. Education, if Nigeria is going to grow, if Nigeria is going to develop, education is the bedrock.
Absolutely.
And we have to be able to consistently invest in education in such a way that there is an appreciable capacity building within the education. Now, you will see some comedy skits here and there. Sometimes you see it as comedy on social media, where some people go to university on the day of graduation, and then you are asking questions. Okay,
who is this and what is this?
And then the students have no single idea.
Right.
So what did you go to school to? Some people, in fact, there's one recent one now where students of political science have no single idea about anything current affairs.
Goes back to the curriculum.
Exactly. So what have you been learning? What are you going out there to go and do? So it tells you that the quality of education is still very low. Of course, that's not to say that every student is like that. That is not to say all schools are like that. But it is expected that you go to a school, a university, for instance, you shouldn't interview about 5 graduating students before you get somebody who will tell you something that would impress you about what he has as vision, as the case may be. Even if we say not all students in the class are bright students. So, because by the time you get to the university level, or at least the tertiary institution, the country should be able to lean on you in the capacity that you have, that you have gathered from the school. That is what the society is all about. It is the society leaning on you for its development, because you've gone to school to learn something. So that thing you have learned, you bring it out to use it for the benefit of society and for people.
It also goes to the matter of, improving our approach towards perhaps lecturing students, such that it catches their interest, it stays in their memory, even after years, long after they have left school as it stands. Because a lot of the students we have now, they lose interest as quickly as in the 5 seconds. So you have to do something. Attention span. Their attention span is so short, so you have to teach in such a way. We have seen improvements in other countries. We travel to other countries. You see how they teach, how they lecture, and how this is built. The students are built in such a way that even after years afterwards, they can still recall the subject I took, so time. Some of us still have that.
Yeah, of course.
Of course. So, but now, the kind of people that we have, that we are raising, their attention span, we have to put that into consideration in our curriculum, such that we would not have this situation that we have.
I totally agree. The point there is a situation where in the university or in the tertiary institution where you still have a blackboard with a chalk.
That's if there's a board.
That's if there's a board and so on. I think we should move far beyond that, where you should have projectors and touchscreen, gadgets to bring the students up to speed.
Use maps,
if it means teaching them with videos and graphics and pictures and so on in real time, why not? If it means share a lecturer, there should be templates where even a lecturer, a guest lecturer, can reach out to students from any part of the world and so on. That is what is happening in other parts of the world right now.
Because we used to have exchange programs.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So now where we have to do writing by chalk, and no, those days, in fact, even using the markers, and so, those days are gone. We need to upgrade very seriously to meet up with the 21st century education system.
As quickly as possible.
And the curriculum, like you mentioned, also matters. We have to really prepare the student for the real industry. Because a lot of times, most of the students go to school to learn how to recite whatever they are taught so that they can just pass exams. The moment you pass exams and you come out, you're done. And then you come to the society and then you're not ready. You'll be talking about people who are not relevant to the society. They're looking for jobs they can't find because what you have doesn't match what is there in the society and in the organizations, as the case may be. Of course, we've talked about the issue of unemployment. We cannot take away the fact that unemployment is real. However, the point there is companies sometimes are looking for employees to fit into certain positions, and they can't find, not because there are no human beings out there. There are plenty of human beings, but they don't have the relevant skill to match what they are looking for. So you have all of this plethora of issues, and I feel that monies like this from the federal government should be intentional in getting something done so we can change that narrative.
Absolutely.
So this money is small, but we still okay. It adds up a little bit. There has to be... You have to take us there. All right.